As many as 13 states say that the student debt forgiveness under President Biden's new plan could be treated as taxable income. And at the same time, a number of Republicans are considering bringing a legal challenge against the policy. We want to bring in Yahoo Finance contributor Kevin Cirilli. Kevin, it's great to see you here. Let's start with the taxable part of this, right? Just in terms of what people should potentially be preparing for. What could we see on this front?
Well, they're going to have to file it when the tax deadline comes up. But this is perhaps the best illustration for swing voters under the age of 40 who are primarily the most affected by this. This is a collision course, truthfully, between the policy and the politics. And it's a gamble for Republicans because on the one hand, you've got Republicans saying that this is unfair, that this is the government picking winners and losers, which fits in terms of the argument that they have consistently made. But on the other hand, there could be some independent voters out there who are looking at this and saying and seeing a $10,000 deduction from what they owed. So where this, when I talk to Republican strategists, where they feel that this is going to help them is it's going to mobilize their base. But it is a very different strategy that Democrats are taking.
Mobilizing your base on taxing student loan forgiveness. That is a narrow...
It's a narrow path.
It's a crazy path.
Well, look, and I think what you saw last night from President Biden was if you want to debate moderate politics, he will have that debate all cycle long and even into 2024. But when I spoke specifically to some staffers in battleground states like Florida, for example, they truthfully believe that this is unfair and for the MAGA Republicans and that they believe that they're going to have the upper hand on this.
Bringing people out to vote is an entirely different question. On the flip side, you've got abortion. But I want to ask you about the legal challenges of the student loan forgiveness. Joe Biden himself said at a CNN town hall during the campaign that he did not think you could do this with a signature. So it seems like there's a path for a legal challenge.
Well, yes, there is a path for a legal challenge, and I think that you're going to see that. I believe that some states have already filed suit on this. But specifically, when you look at the legalities of this, again, when I talk to progressives in the far left, they say, well, hey, wait a minute. What happened in 2008? Nobody went to jail. People, what is this, too big to jail? And so these CEOs, back in 2008, when the financial collapse happened. And so they're like, so now you're going to go after, students in terms of this debt allocation. But also, I think where there's a frustration and where there's alignment from folks like who are more center-right leaning Republicans who are heads of universities and more progressive folks on the far left is, where's the transparency for the top of schools and the transparency for college boards, for the board of trustees at institutions who have collected all of the student money? Where's the accountability on that? That's something that I'm looking at Senator Elizabeth Warren in particular, a Democrat from Massachusetts, should Biden not choose to run, likely will run again for president. And she's really been out front on that. So there's one thing to provide folks some economic relief, but it's an entirely different thing to push for transparency and accountability for higher education.
Yeah, certainly. Well, when you talk about getting to the heart of the issue, I think there's so many questions that remain unanswered at this point, right? Just in terms of what we could maybe see. And obviously, it's going to be a very hot topic heading into the midterms. Kevin, it's great to have you on set.
It's awesome.
Thanks so much for joining us here,
Come back
especially
again.
right ahead of a holiday
Anytime.
weekend. Big day.